Hello everybody, hello chess fans. This is Craig Marr speaking from Berkeley, California. I'm giving a lesson to the great Kevin Reese here.
I gave my latte real quick.
Okay, Kevin is going to go to the restroom for a while. But anyway, I'm just here relaxing, enjoying the post-COVID atmosphere at the Strata Cafe. It's approximately 4 o'clock, 4:50 in the afternoon, and we are getting started with our chess lesson. Kevin, what are you rated right now?
1900 even.
Kevin is 1900 even, and we are going to learn something about the French defense today and the endgame.
One thing I figured out was I looked at the mechanics database, and I was confused about actually my score sheet was perfectly right. This is a little confusing. So maybe we'll have some insight on how the opening went then before it gets to a French. So this is not a French, it's the Alkine.
Starts as an Alkine, becomes a French by transposition of moves.
From the ECO, play like this instead. Immediately, I have a game with Wong I looked up, and then he ended up being on the trade. So that game I went. We got this position, so he was able to trade. And so in the game, this game was played in 2002 against Russell Long. But so he gives me some problems here.
Well, this looks good for black because I'm going to maybe get the bishops. You know,
yeah.
The dark square bishop here is very important in this particular position. Once I win this minor exchange, look at the dark squares. You know, it's totally exposed. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Coming before getting behind the pawn chain, and the pawn chain can all get into a sign that's French sign. So here I should have played this to maintain.
Well, okay, but I don't know if I always agree with the computer. This is okay, you know. I mean, this seems like it's okay.
So now we have a French since he's played e6.
Well, your queen is a little bit funny here. You're supposed to have, you know, bishop or knight here.
Which is why, I believe in this move earlier that allowed me to. because the computer did find the move. 5, 3, CD. You call this a computer move, but it does look like a opening move too, and that allows me to maintain a knight on that square.
Well, it kind of looks funny to me after queen b6, but anyway, I don't see what's wrong with this.
Can I get and oatmeal cookie?
Oh, this. And then
yeah, just be latte and oatmeal cookie.
now, well, I was confused about my notation last time. So what happened in this position actually was that I initiated the trade. Last time, and then he got his knight to here. And then we were discussing last time the importance of the d4 square. I'm aware of that, so I occupied the d4 square here.
Okay, I basically think that this position is very good for white here, because it's got a bad bishop, and the knight can always be evicted from its insecure post here. So anyway, I kind of prefer white here.
I call this a question mark?
Yeah.
Well, this kind of looks a little more solid, but this, I don't know, this may make his bishop worse than it already is. The bishop's kind of already bad. Why make it like even worse than it is? That looks right. Okay. That looks good. Okay, but now I was thinking of taking the knight here maybe. So, but this is okay. It's okay. Now I feel that white is better because he's kind of got this bad bishop here. Black kind of has this bad piece here, and this knight is kind of insecure, but I kind of prefer white, and then this pawn is kind of weak here, and then his queen is boss here, so at some time he's got to evict that queen. But white basically has a dark square domination, but he has to make sure that he neutralizes the pressure on the c file. So anyway, it's still a game.
I thought he should have played the other rook.
Well,
Otherwise,
no, which rook did he play? I thought he did play this rook.
He played this rook.
He played this rook.
Yeah.
Well, I do kind of prefer this rook, but because I need to guard that pawn. But he played here. Okay. Okay. Well, Kevin, you knew eventually that was going to come, Now, look at your pieces, you see what I'm saying? There's like a little problem with your minor pieces, I would want the knight, to be on e2 so that the knight can come to d4. So, you know, you've got funny pieces here, you know.
And I try to get tempo.
So you trade?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's where I select exchange.
Well, okay, I can understand why you did it because, you know, you got some problems.
Something wrong if I play this. The only move to try to
Well,
save. Is there?
For one thing, this is strong. D4 is strong if you just, you know, move the rook up. So you sack. This is probably not that good. Okay, so takes. Takes. Now you're in this really quite dreadful pin right here.
Yeah, but I knew I could defend with the
Well,
pawn.
it's just, I don't know, man. It's just shaky, you know. I think you're this close to busted here, white, you know, because you know you're pinned up. So if you play a move like this, you know, I don't know, you know, you got awkward pieces.
I don't really know where to go with this knight.
Well, yeah, I don't know, man. It just looks like you're, you know, this close to being just completely busted. So anyway.
Nice games. Thank you.
I thought before I got into this position, I was assuming I could play that. But when I got here, I think I calculated the tactics that ensued with the knight jump.
See, here's the problem, Caven. If you play a move like this, and then I play a move like this guy cannot move.
Yeah.
This bishop can't move anymore. Where are you going?
Yeah.
And then sooner or later, I'm going to get, you know, this pressure on the file.
He's stopping a rook from coming there.
Yeah, I know, but eventually I'm coming here, here, and here, and then, you see what I'm saying? This is busted, man. I don't know.
Well, so I didn't do that. I played that.
Okay, that's tricky. You know, very tricky move.
Finally.
Yeah, very, very tricky. Okay. Here.
Yeah. So by now, I'm seeing. I think I was seeing what's going to happen because the rooks come in, and the knight hits.
Yeah, you're very, very clever of you, Caven. This move saves you, you know, because I didn't see all this tricky stuff you had. You know, that's very, very good there. But you know, I still get a bad feeling about your position. Like I don't know. Somehow I still get the feeling, you know, you're kind of busted. Let me see. Okay, but he did something wrong. He did this. This doesn't quite work.
You find any kombucha?
So that's you call that air question mark? Or?
Yeah, this is. See, I mean, I think black is still better, but it's not easy after this move. He just didn't see you know, your little trick, you know. So here, bingo. He didn't see it. He did not see it. Let's see what happens if I do that, though. Let me see. See, the problem is this. You just play G3, and then oh, wait a minute. Do I have a trick? Do I have rook takes, bishop takes, rook takes, G3, and then rook here? What do you do? Yeah, I could win here, and then if knight here, see, I'm going to win back one of these pieces. You see this? What do you do if I did do something like this? You know, what do you do about something like this here? See, this is what I'm looking at, Caven. G3, and now, bingo! See, this is a real bingo type move, but see, I'm thinking knight here, then rook here wins. And then, oh, you got that. See, I thought I had an answer to that. Well, actually, yeah, it's just a draw after. See, this is the move I missed, and then, so I'm gonna. I still think white's better. I mean, black's better here because you know, you're real awkward. But this is probably a draw. I mean, But you see, you're going to have problems with, you know, your minor pieces here. But anyway, it's got to be calculated out to the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't want to do that.
That's really with my weakness. I you know, lines don't like pop in my. I feel like I need lines, moves to pop in my head, and it's like I'm sitting in the board, I'm meditating, and it's just there's nothing. There's no tree in the forest. I'm just, you know, I some lines do pop in my head, but to the end, that's that's a concept. You know, because where does it end?
Right. So I really think that rook takes is a serious. Rook takes rook is a serious move here. Of course, what he played is good, you know. But I think you can, you know, you can really hang on. White can really hang on in this position here. After bishop d3, he can't take the pawn, right? So he makes left, and then this is practically forced, right?
Well, of course, I want to keep a pawn for the exchange. I sack. That's what I was hoping.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think that the drawing chances are there because the bishop is a very good piece in the endgame. All the pawns are protected. You have a passed pawn. Nevertheless, the pawns on this side of the board, they're all weak. In other words, you know, if he gets his rook in there somehow, he can just start trying to attack your pawns over here. See, they're all a little bit weak. I can try to undermine the pawns. So black has some winning chances here, especially if, you know, the rook gets in behind you, you know. So, Kevin, what were your thoughts at this point?
Oh, my king's coming to d4.
Okay.
I've got to try
Got a pass pawn?
Yeah, I got to try to make a queen or, you know, control the squares, win the b6 square. I don't know what I'm going to do about the rook on the c file. My king goes c. You know, coming behind the pawn pretty soon. I think we looked at that last week. That's something I should have been more, but I was attracted by bringing the rook in, maybe in the, you know, to attack.
Problem is always going to be, what do I do with my active rook here, you know? What, yeah, is it going to go here? Is the rook going to go here? Rook going to go here? Where's this rook going, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I would have went for the b2 square because in Guillermo Ray, rook's belong behind the pawns, whether they be defending or attacking. They're behind the pawn on the attack. You can make a queen and push through. If they're behind a pawn on the defense, then they blockade and,
okay.
And attack the pawn.
So what did you do here, Kevin?
It's kind of, I also like my king wants to come to the queen side, but in my mind also is what's going to happen on the king side. So one idea was trying to go for a structure like this, that maybe this is all just going to be blocked up and forget about it. But I guess I was thinking about how much time do I want to waste on that. For now, G3 just.